I once had a friend in high school named Shane. Shane never touched a drop of alcohol, but upon getting to college, she began meeting new people and tried new things. Among these new things was drinking. She began binge drinking and got belligerently drunk one night and attempted to walk home. While walking home, she fell in the street and got struck by a car, being killed immediately. Upon the toxicology report, her BAC was 0.35, the legal limit being 0.08. If she had any prior experiences, she would have known her limits and known how to act and how to push away social pressures. According to the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, 97,000 students experience sexual assault every year by perpetrators that are influenced by alcohol. Another 1,825 students die from alcohol-related accidents, and a quarter suffer academically due to alcoholism-related events. Hannah Ritchie and Max Roser from Art World and Data reported in 2019, proportionally to the amount of people in the United States, the amount of alcohol drank, that would have made 15 and up consume 10 liters of pure alcohol for every person that age. That makes it hard to decipher what ages these people actually drink. But a study by Hong Nguyen from YouGov says 77% of people claim to drink before the age of 21. Why should the legal age still be 21 if so many people start drinking before as a trend? I believe the drinking age should be nationally lowered to 18. I believe this because the 21 age drinking limit only hurts younger people. If you are caught with alcohol or consuming alcohol before this age, you get a misdemeanor, which affects your financial aid ability, your job opportunities, and getting into colleges you want. You can choose to get this expunged in court, but it costs a fee and it takes plenty of time. And also, if you're one of the people that waits to drink till college, you basically get thrust into a world of binge drinking that you're not equipped to deal with and to understand the social pressures and how it'll affect you. A minor is someone who is under the age of 18 and has to have a legal parental guardian. This is cited by Cornell Law School. And a minor with possession of alcohol gets a misdemeanor, like I previously stated. These misdemeanors can carry on throughout life if not expunged. And these punishments, besides misdemeanors, are usually light for minors. This is a kind of way of a slap on the wrist, of like a rehabilitation, to try to exclude people from becoming reoccurring offenders. But this doesn't work. And it simply doesn't work because alcohol is such a common drug in the United States. Now that you've heard the repercussions of what happens if you are caught with alcohol under that age, let's explain the real danger. That real danger being that we are not, as young adults, are not told the dangers of alcohol until it's too late. Many people remember the DARE program in their schools, but not many people remember any other kind of alcohol-related course in high school, which is statistically when most people start drinking. The CDC reported that 8% drink in the 8th grade on any given time in a 30-day frame during the school year. And 20% of 12th graders experience this same phenomenon. So a void in our education system is just completely ridiculous, that we are not taught what it will do to us mentally and physically. A lack of experience before going to a binge culture as well leads us for failure and can lead to harmful habits as well. It is a lie to say that college is not a binge drinking culture. According to the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, 20% of college students meet the recommended criteria for being an AUD, or an alcohol use disorder patient. This is a nice way of saying an alcoholic. Prior experience leads to better behavior and better handling of these complete pressures on people and the effects it'll have on us and the limits we set for ourselves. Better decisions can be made that can ultimately save lives with prior experience and knowledge. To To reiterate, the legal drinking age should be lowered to 18 to better help younger people be equipped later in the future for their drinking habits. Many things can be done at the legislative level to help this and to help prepare a healthy alcohol consumption later in the future. A raise on the price of liquor would be more than enough. This would basically make it harder for people with less expendable income to acquire this alcohol, mainly college-age students and under. This would also help with this kind of alcohol being out of your hands. It would be harder to get alcohol poisoning, which leads to death when binge drinking. I also believe it should be a mandatory thing in high schools to have alcohol-related safety and health classes. This should be completely mandatory in every high school. This would be beneficial for people going to the workforce, as well as that industry is led by adults who already have experienced alcohol, and college students. It would help immensely in knowing what to expect and how to perform around these kinds of experiences. I think ultimately the best thing to do would be to lower that age to 18, and this would not be a hard thing to do. And if it was too big of a decision to make nationally, they could leave it to the states, just like recreational marijuana. It's easily implemented, as in Ohio has raised the sale of tobacco prices from 18 to 21 just recently, with simply revising a code previously written. To be more exact, that was code 2927-02, and this is from the Ohio Department of Health. Imagine a world with no drinking taboos, where people didn't have these pre-existing notions, and college students could be safe and understand what would happen to them before getting into these situations. I think social controlled drinking instead of binge drinking would happen if this happened, because people wouldn't have the taboo of binge drinking and becoming alcoholics. In conclusion, if reduced, I think the risk of alcoholism and binge drinking would reduce drastically. And I think in combination with high liquor prices, as well as safe programs in high schools, it would drop immensely. A large proportion of the nation's students already binge drink and have alcoholic tendencies, and many face alcohol-related struggles that carry on throughout their entire lives if not checked. Hopefully, this makes you look around and see the issues we have with alcohol currently at our age, and I hope that one day the future will change, because if it changed sooner, maybe Shane would still be alive today. Thank you.